afternoon, everybody. I decided to do my demonstration speech on how to make a Kahlua cake. Cakes and desserts have become kind of a staple in my house, particularly for the holidays. My mom is usually the one to cook them. And Kahlua cake was something relatively new that she started to make about a couple years ago. And it's just turned into one of our favorites. And so in turn, my sister and I have also learned how to make it. It's based off a Russian drink. There is Kahlua and vodka in it, but it's very easy to make, as you guys will see. So here we go. So first you're going to need a package of Jell-O, chocolate, and next you're going to need yellow cake. You can do pretty much anything you need. We do the Pillsbury, obviously, but any yellow cake will work. And next you're going to need about a cup of canola oil, as I have here. I did pre-prep for most of the things that I'm going to be showing you in the video just to make it easier, but I'll be explaining as I go along. And then also included are 4 eggs. Medium size, large, it doesn't really matter. And then also a 1/4 cup of Kahlua and a 1/4 cup of vodka, which I also pre-poured into a glass. And so first things first, you need to put everything into a mixing bowl. So first we're going to put in the dry ingredients just to make things easier. So we're going to add the yellow cake first, just to make it easier. So we'll add that into a large mixing bowl. And then also add the Jell-O in. Like I said, cooking's sort of been a staple in my house. My mom is a really big cook, so she's got a very nice sized kitchen. And in turn, my sister and I have sort of learned some of the recipes that she's kind of made over the years. And Kahlua cake's just been one of our favorites. And like I said, it's really easy to make, so pretty much anyone can do it. So I'm adding the Jell-O now, a whole packet of that. And then also, just kind of as a side note, because we live in Colorado, obviously we're at a higher altitude, it tends to be more dry, so not included in the recipe is adding some flour to it, or not adding flour to it, excuse me, but my mom actually did add some flour to the recipe as well to make it rise quicker for the altitude, so we're sort of compensating for that. So there is going to be a couple of tablespoons that you need to add of flour as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my bowl. So we're going to whisk that up, just the dry ingredients, like I said first. Get that into a really kind of a good mix. It doesn't need to be lump-free or anything. We'll get to that point as we continue on with making it. And like I said, cooking's been a really fun thing for my family, particularly baking. I'm actually not a great cook, but I sort of take after my grandmother. I love to bake, and so this has been really a recipe that I found to be really fun to make for my family. So, and my mom's teaching me a lot of her baking recipes as a result, because I like to bake so much. So I'm going to add now the canola oil into the dry ingredients. We're going to start mixing up pretty much everything that we need for our batter. I also wanted to let you guys know that I did preheat the oven to 350. So what we're going to do is put it in there and bake it for about 45 minutes. And like I said, it could be pretty easy if you wanted to pre-make everything, on your own as well. Just kind of set out the ingredients. There isn't a whole lot that goes into it, but just having everything ready is sort of essential, I think, for baking purposes and whatnot. So we're adding the eggs in now. Make sure to try and not get some shells in there. It's kind of difficult, but I know sometimes I have issues with the shells, so add those in there. And then also, we're going to now add the Kahlua and also the vodka in here. Like I said, there's a 1/4 cup of each. Obviously, you know, if you want more, you can put more in there. But this is what the recipe calls for. And then again, like I was saying, just to make sure to also make sure and add in some flour in here because of the altitude for Colorado. So for other purposes, you wouldn't need to do that, obviously. But we have to compensate because we live in Colorado. And we're going to go ahead and mix for 3 minutes. And then I'll show you what it looks like to pour it into the bundt